So as part of a intensive 2-week class I teach in the spring every year, we like to dig into a UAF mystery, some sort of question about campus that people have been wondering but nobody's ever bothered to really dig into and try and solve. And every time I teach this class, basically the first thing I tell my students is go to the archives, because the archives are where the answers to a lot of these mysteries lie, and that's the only place where you can find the answers to these mysteries. So the one that we're currently working on right now is a mystery about buried mammoth tusks on campus. So the idea is that this kind of very eccentric guy named Otto Geist, who was in the vicinity of the university, basically from about the mid-1920s up until the 1960s. Never officially worked for the university, but basically got funding through the university to gather up all of these artifacts that were coming out from the gold mines. They're mining for gold, and the way that they do it was shooting water into the hills. It actually turns out to be a pretty great way to uncover artifacts, mammoth tusks, Alaska native stuff, and he's also going out on expeditions to find things. Well, anyway, the rumor is that he buried a bunch of tusks, either to keep them from being stolen or to sort of experiment in preserving the tusks. And time has since forgotten where these tusks were. And so the question is, do these tusks still exist? And what can we learn here in the archives about where they might be? Because nobody really knows for sure. And one of the things that my students found when I sent them over here were some documents, their work logs, where they go through and they talk about everything they did each day. I mean, these work logs, they get into, we had lunch at 12:05 p.m. And we found, in this particular work log, evidence that they started digging this hole for these tusks. And for us, these work logs became our Bible. Having these work logs that were done, presumably that night, that's going to be our most accurate information. And within them are all sorts of clues. Unfortunately, they don't give an exact latitude, longitude, but they say things like, we were digging the hole next to the warehouse. We're digging the hole and it's these dimensions. And we're going to put these things into it. And that's stuff that you can only find in the archives. You have to come here to find that clue. It's nowhere online. You can't do a Google search for Otto Geist and find this stuff. And so, if the answer to where these tusks are exists anywhere, if the tusks themselves exist, I think the clue to their location is here in the archives.